Today I'm installing a new water heater, or as some people call it, a hot water heater. I'll show you the step-by-step, a few of the do's and don'ts, and when we're all finished, I'm gonna take a grinder and cut open my old hot water heater and try to get some clues as to why it failed. My new water heater I picked up at Lowe's. This is the A.O. Smith Signature 140-gallon water heater. I'll put the model number in the description down below. Installing a hot water heater is a pretty straightforward DIY project. To get started, I'm gonna turn off the gas and drain the old tank. Then we're gonna disconnect the gas lines and water lines, and then we'll get the old one out and put the new one in. Luckily, my hot water tank has a shutoff installed right on top. To drain the tank, I'm just gonna connect a hose to the drain valve. You wanna be careful because the water inside there is still pretty hot. And then to let it drain faster, I'm gonna pull the relief valve so that it'll let some air in the tank as it's draining. The reason why I'm replacing my 3-year-old hot water tank is because my water has a funky color and a funky smell. It's kind of brown and it kind of smells like metal. Now, before you ask in the comments below, I drain my tank every year, and I actually drained my hot water tank 2 weeks ago 3 different times and tried to flush it to fix this problem, but my water's still pretty gross. That's one of the reasons why I'm changing brands of water heaters. The company that manufactured this 3-year-old hot water heater couldn't help me out. I'm really hoping that the new company that I'm dealing with will support their warranty. The gas is turned off and the tank is draining. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect my gas line. Code here in Las Vegas is to have these earthquake straps. I'm gonna get those off, and then I'm gonna disconnect the emergency overflow valve. Because my water heater is only 3 years old, my water lines are still pretty new, so I'm gonna be reusing those. I'm just gonna disconnect them so that I can get this tank out of here. I think it's gonna be easier to take the vent off and then take the other water line off. I just used a 1/4-inch driver to take those out. Here's a quick rundown of where we're at. Water's drained, we've got the vent disconnected, we've got the water lines disconnected, and the gas is off and the gas line's disconnected. Now I'm just gonna take my old tank out of the hole. Don't forget, when I'm all done with the installation, I'm gonna cut this thing open with a grinder and see what's going on in there. Before I try to wrestle this thing up into its home, there's a few parts I've got to take off the old hot water heater. I've got to put the nipple on the emergency vent, and then I've got to take the black pipe off and put it onto my gas valve. To get this nipple off of here, I'm just going to use a pipe wrench. Now I'll put some new Teflon tape on this thing, and we'll go install it on the new one. 3 wraps should be good. Now I'm gonna take the black pipe trap off of my old hot water tank, and we're gonna take it over and put it on the new one. To do that, I'm gonna have to take it apart somewhat. This black pipe trap is a sediment trap. Some of the old timers call this a drip leg. It's designed to catch any sediment or debris that might be in the gas line. To install the gas line pieces onto the new hot water tank, I'm going to be using fresh yellow Teflon tape that's made specifically for gas line. I'm going to put 3 to 5 wraps on there. This whole assembly appears to be plastic, but there is a piece of metal there that you can get a wrench on. Be sure you do that to back up your other wrench so that nothing bad happens. This top fitting is a flared fitting that seals by compression, but I went ahead and put yellow tape just around the threads, just in case. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Now it's time to wrestle this thing up into the hole. Of course, my battery died in the camera while doing that, but I got this thing in the hole, and we're gonna put the earthquake straps back on, hook up the water lines, and we're gonna hook up the gas line. As I strap this thing down, I wanna make sure that the water tank is level. That ain't going nowhere. To connect the gas line, I'm just gonna use my adjustable wrench again. To test for leaks later, after I turn the gas on, I'll use some soapy water in a spray bottle. Now I'm going to reattach the water feeds on the top of the tank. The cold is marked with blue and the hot is marked with red. Now I'll reinstall the vent. Next is the emergency relief valve drain. Let's get that thing hooked up. Now I'll turn the water on, but I'll turn it on slowly. I'll give this thing a few minutes to fill up. I've got the hot water valve on one of the bathroom sinks opened up, just to try to let some air out of the lines. All right, let's check for leaks. I don't see any leaks, so we're good so far. This little line here goes to my swamp cooler. I hooked it back up. I'm gonna light my pilot light, check for gas leaks, and then I'm gonna cut open that old tank and see why that thing failed. We're making hot water. And no leaks. Let's take this grinder with a cutoff wheel and open up my old hot water tank and see what the heck is going on in there. Let's scoop some of this water out and see what's happening in there. I think I found the source of my water problem. I'd love to know what you guys think about this. This hot water tank was manufactured 3 years and 5 months ago. It's been in service just a little over 3 years. And what do you guys think about this sacrificial anode rod? Yes, they wear out, but I would have expected more than this. And this is what we were cooking and taking a bath with. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts about this. In my opinion, this tank is ruined. I'm glad you watched, and I hope you'll watch again.